Folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Farm Sim 15. And I have another map review for you today. This is Parana 2015. And this is the low edition. There is a higher spec version of this available. And as you can see, it becomes quite obvious why it is a low spec version. The textures are, well, welcome to 1998. But again, designed for PCs that have issues running farm sim maps that might be a little bit higher range. Perhaps if you're playing on your laptop or something similar to that, you would find this quite handy. As you can see, the textures are considerably reduced, and it does run pretty much smooth 60 frames straight across. He says as it suddenly dips to half of that when he looks at the farm, but there you go. So this is our spawn point. I assume that this is South American or Brazilian or something along those lines, hence the rather, well, bizarre color scheme. Here's our farm, and there'd be no lack of equipment. You get, as you can see, no less than a pair of the largest seeders. There's our fuel, along with some pretty chunky tractors, T8s, the big Massies, that sort of thing. Yeah, a little Puma 160, the big 380 Magnums, another Puma, I assume. Yeah, another Puma. And another Puma. I assume the person liked those particular tractors. I have purchased chickens, cows, etc., so we can see where they go. We get to start with a ginormous New Holland and a ginormous Case, as well as big trailers, etc. They even start us with a truck. Nice. Well, that's actually quite a nice trailer, that one. I've used it, that big Crampe. Alright, so here we have, well, apparently our sheep. Hello. Aren't you just a fuzzy looking girl? Yeah. And, well, it would appear that we get no water mod. I also couldn't seem to find right off where the wool pallet is. Because those are our sheep there. I would assume then that this building back here, this would obviously be your sheeply housing. However, oh, that's terrible. You can't actually get in there. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. We'll probably run across it. It's likely just a small square sitting on the ground somewhere. Maybe up here. Not offhand. Oh well. I'm going to assume that it is somewhere. Although usually, and we are running at 5x speed, 3 hours have passed, usually at least a pallet will appear. I do have animation map trigger, etc., although it wasn't suggested we need it, and none of the buildings that you see seem to require it, as none of them actually do anything as amazing as open a door. In fact, I'll be honest with you guys, before we even do a full tour, and I hate to do this because you guys know I don't do mod reviews. The reason being, I'd rather grab a piece of gear and then actually use it, and then if it turns out to be not suitable, just simply let you guys know. I don't think it's up to me to sort of judge how well any particular mod author did, simply because I'm well aware I'm not capable of doing this stuff myself. Now, and I'm certainly not going to put myself in a position that some YouTubers have where they rant and rave about how terrible the mods are, perhaps even rant and rave how terrible the game originally was and what a poor job Giants did of presenting FS15, and yet continue to make a living by doing other people's mods, so-called spotlights, and those sort of things. I don't like to go there, but with that said, this is not a map I can recommend at all. With any sort of good conscience, I can't recommend it. Simply because there are far too many errors to ignore. Let's start with our information window. Okay, here we go, our overview. You can see now I have, whenever I do a map review, there are certain mods I just auto load in with it. Animation map trigger is one of them. And I also do the multi-fruit, the extended, the single, all of them, the standard, the extended, etc. And as you can see, we have only the standard crops here. The other thing that's a little odd, and we'll notice right away, the only crop actually listed for sale anywhere, and there are only 3 spots listed here, is barley, that apparently sells for $20.55 a ton. There are no other arrows anywhere to move to other sale places, no other crops listed, etc. So let's move along. Here's our map, as you can see. He wasn't quite finished when he decided to save it for this picture, because you've still got all of your markings for all your Giants editor stuff. If we look at our crop, we can see that we have what appears to be a single field of canola here, barley there, and oddly enough some tiny little patch of wheat way off here in the corner. And now the bad news. This map doesn't actually work. You'll also notice way down here, near the bottom of my map, underneath this bar I'm making flash, there's all the numbers for your fields. Yeah. I'm going to assume if we line all of this up. Okay, if we go 4, 10, 11, so probably this is 18 and 23 in here, which are supposedly the fields we actually own. So yeah, there's a bit of an issue with the map. We have only the standard areas, and we show sheep, chickens, and cows, which is correct. I have in fact bought 10 of each. That's of little value to us. That's as far as it goes. So, we say, and again. Let's look at the map. Here's your big map. Here's your big issue. It's dead wrong. Example. I'll just quickly zip over here to the first marked sell point. Or better yet, I'll dash off towards the chickens. Okay, we should almost be on this sell point. And I don't see one. Have a quick look about. No, doesn't appear to be. Okay, we're right on top of it. No. So yeah, all of the symbols are not right. In fact, to the point where the entire map, excuse me, is unfortunately not correct. Where you will see roads, etc., those roads don't actually exist. Here's our chickens. So yeah, you get the idea. The map really could use some help. Just hop through some gear here till I get somewhere interesting. There we go. This was my attempt to get to the shop. You can see where we are here. The garden center should be directly in front of us. Well, let's actually look at what I have here. Yeah. We have an edge of a map, apparently. However, I can go behind it, walk through the non-existent water plane, and get to the shop. But wait, it's not actually here. So, let's grant ourselves some dineros. Let's buy, I don't know, anything. This. Okay. Now, let's get there. Whoops. Nope. Nope. Surprise, surprise, there is no shop. We are, in fact, as you can see, pretty much where we started on the main farm, just the far end of it. What happens if I decide that maybe I should reset this? Well, of course the answer to that is nothing. So there you are. Now, there we go. Let's go for a little drive, shall we? Alright, so obviously this point here doesn't actually exist either. But I do see some buildings off in the distance, so we'll go and have a look at those. And I'm just keeping my eyes open to see if I can see a field to buy sign. Because again, although we do see there are certainly divisions in the fields, you don't see them on the maps, so it's really hard to tell what in fact is or is not. We've gone through a couple of distinct areas. Now, whoopsie, the little truck's just completely out of control. Okay, here we go. Let's go up and over, shall we? Now there is some sort of neat countryside involved. Okay, Coamo. Again, if we go here, these are our sell points: Road Copper, Hoffen, and Mule. Okay, so I'm not sure what this place is, but oddly enough, where it states there's a trigger, well, there isn't. It's actually a scale. That looks like it may be a storage and or tip point. That's obviously nothing. In fact, the tip point is up here. There are two of them side by side. Also, apparently, it appears we can get seed here. And this would be the point to dump our logs. An incongruous pile of calc. And that would be nothing. Alright, so we're going to have to... See, now what do we assume that this is, though? I mean... There's only one spot that says it takes material at all. Yeah. I'm going to try and keep blaming the textures on the fact that this is a low-res version. So, but that building's just horrifying. Alright, so... Is this the Road Cooper, then? The only place that actually states it does take crops. There's a fertilizer fill. That's hard to say, isn't it? It truly is. Let's continue down the highway and see what other sort of events we can find. Okay, I know if we go much further down here, yeah, see the map's just going to end right there at one of those mystery tunnels. So... Again, we can't use the mini-map or the in-game map. As you see, there is actually no road here. And now I'm driving through a field. So, yeah, a little hard to... and everywhere that you look, you see things like this. Kind of bizarre, isn't it? Just, oh, we seem to have hit something. And we seem to have hit something there as well. I'm sure from some angle it would show up as to what we're actually hitting. Let's see here. No, I can't get behind that. So yeah, there are some rather odd and incongruous things about this map. Ooh, a poor tree fell down. Oops, I'm apparently hitting something there too. That might have messed us up here and we won't be able to get out of here. Oh no, there we go. We made it. Alright. Okay. I think we were going this way, weren't we? Alright, let's continue on. No, we were going the other way. Yeah, don't worry about hitting the trees. They're not real. Okay, let's keep going then, shall we? Okay, there's a big empty field. Unfortunately, I don't actually see a price marker for it. And we're back to our original spawn point. It is a tiny map. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to have a look at. Alright. So, this is field 1. It's 6.32 hectares and it's almost 300k. But it's field 1. Alright, this does show... The mini-map shows field 1 as being a tiny field way the heck up there. Oh, that's not what I wanted. If we look here, see what I mean? You can see field 1. Well, we're not quite in it. But it's just a tiny little square where in fact... Yeah, it's incredibly hard to actually determine where it might be. Alright. But there, that does give us an idea of the prices, and I suppose considering the size of that, you'd have to sort of consider that to be almost reasonable, I guess? Alright, let's see if we can find any of these other supposed points of interest on the map. This is the only direction we haven't actually gone. Ooh, that's a steep hill. Ah, here we are. Huh. Huh. And you're worried about keeping things on a low spec, and yet something like that gets in. Okay. Fremisa. Again, not something that's listed. In fact, it doesn't even show up here on our mini-map. And kind of disappointingly, there's not actually anything here. This huge, giant building has no triggers, no tip points, no anything. So, maybe they're supposed to be here, maybe in the high-res version they're here. Are these supposed to be tip points? No, I don't think you can actually know. I don't think you're supposed to be able to... Well, you might. If this is a dairy, you might be able to unload milk here. Although, quite frankly, I don't recall seeing anywhere to pick up milk or anything else, for that matter, on the farm. Well, let's continue on. Hey there, truck. And what do we got here? Lost Gamer. That's the fellow that did make this map, by the way. And in fact, Lost Gamer Jr., I believe, near as I can tell. Alright, now here again, we do have a tip point, and it does show on the mini-map, oddly enough, that there is a tip point right here. But, yeah, it doesn't tell us what it is that we're selling to. Oh, here we go. Sea Vale. Well, again, that doesn't happen, or help us, I should say, because again, on our description on the info page, woo, there's a hill. There is no Sea Vale. So, yeah, wow. Oh, here we go. This, I assume, is field 2. It is 2. 2.5 hectares, 136K. So, interesting. Yeah, I just bought that for the heck of it. I don't know why. So, and with that said, good. Let's quickly go back here, because I am a little curious. Now, I bought 10 cows. I can hear sheep, I can see chickens. There's the sheep, although again, as I say, I don't know where the actual pallet might be. It should have shown up by now. We've been enough time in game that something should have showed up. Is that? No, that's some kind of bucket. Hello, chickens. You haven't seen my cows, have you? Alright, well, I assure you, I did in fact buy 10 cows. No, they're certainly not around there. That's nothing to do with them there. This is... See, I would have to assume, because the sheep are hanging around here, that this is a sheep pen with the feeding troughs. Or are the cows out here as well? Nope, just sheep. Just sheep. And that is a solid wall. Okay. And this is some kind of weird triple solid wall. I'm not going to get myself stuck in there. But no, I don't actually... I don't see the cows. There's our sheepies. They seem to have the largest piece of meadow in the entire game. But, again, does not help me with my cowses. Hello, girls. Sheep and chicken everywhere, man. No. Huh. Well, that's just confusing as heck, because like I say, the mapper really does not help. Yeah. Well, there's certainly no cows around here. And if we look at the map, now it shows the cows up there, but we already tried to get there, and it, well, actually it shows the cows being way the heck down there. So, let's grab ourselves a vehicle that isn't hooked up to 50 other things. There we go. Oh, how convenient. We're almost where the cows are supposed to be. In fact, just up this road. And over that way. Okay. So, do we have good news? Is there going to be like a road over this way? No, just a row of dead corn. Alright. Well, we are supposedly still heading the right way. Although, I'm becoming less convinced that I'm going to find cows down here. Yeah, see, it just doesn't help us at all, because according to that, we should be on the cows right about now. So I don't know what to say about that, guys. There's, yeah, I think we're out here now again in map hell somewhere. But, yeah, no idea. I think, I mean, I can't see leaving the cattle out when it allows you to buy them. I can't see them leaving that out just to make this a low spec map. I really can't. But from all indicators, it seems to be what has happened. So And that looked like it was floating. I guess it's just the color of the ground. So there you go, guys. I don't know what else to say about this map other than it's nice and small, and beyond that, I'm sorry. As I said, I could not recommend this particular map at all. I'm not sure that the sell points with only one being listed or one crop being listed will even work. So, I don't know. Is it worth checking them out? Be honest with you, I don't think so. I'd wait and see if there's updates to this before I would consider it. There will be a link to the map in the description down below. But, yeah, I'm just not sure at this point. This is another map that it would appear was posted before it was finished. So, and on that bombshell, I think I'm finished here for the day. So, well, again, my apologies for bringing you a map that is less than stellar, but it's one of those things. You might look at it and go, hey, that's really cool, because I'd like to play that on my laptop or whatever I have that's a little bit lower end. Maybe this will help you decide, you know, without having to go through the install of it and then start the farming and find out that, gee, I would like to give this straw to my cows, but I can't seem to find them, or something like that. So, there you go. We've looked at it. This has been the Parana map 2015 low-res edition, or low, I'm not sure what they actually call it, but it is designed for lower system specs. There you have it, folks. Please hit the like button if you can take a moment out to do so. It helps me out. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. This has been Species 7 for Farm Sim 15 and the Parana map. Ciao for now, guys.